Thank y'all for bearing with us. This gives a couple more seconds. Share out this class right now. All right. Sorry, y'all. Trying to make sure we got the class rocking and rolling. Also, going live on the other platforms. All right. So let's cut it up. You already know what it is, man. It's ISUPK, started with 1 West 25th Street Road, New York. Teaching the truth since 1969. We're under command of Indiana. We're here to teach the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American the truth of the Bible. Tonight, it's Ispuk Law Class. All right, where we go into these laws that the command of the Lord, and we can break down these scriptures, man. What's so important about these classes is that you learn the real perspective of the Lord. All right, and when you go to walk throughout the Bible, when you go all throughout the Bible, you're going to learn something that you never learned before. You never understood you was an Israelite. What you learn is what everybody just celebrated Thanksgiving was pagan. What everybody's about to celebrate come the 25th of December this month is pagan. You will learn that everything that you learned in life was a lie, and it totally contradicts what you find in life. If you really want to understand the Most High, it's important to get into these classes. It's important to be in the ISUPK, learning at the feet of the priests and prophets of the Lord. Why do I say that? And why do I make a bold statement like that? Because when you look in the world, you ain't going to find the truth anywhere. You ain't going to find the truth from the Christian church, the Muslim mosque, the Catholic church, your so-called spiritual journey. You're not going to find the truth there. You know how many people say they talk to their ancestors and they still at stage 1. They still don't understand the fight that need to be taken. You can't tell me that these people is dead and they dead and gone, some will say. And they don't understand to tell you to come to the ISUPK and fight the real fight. You know, I watched a show earlier where the Black Panthers, when they was marching, on the scene, when they was on the scene trying to help our people, they needed a real leadership. They had a good idea, they had a zeal to help our people, but it wasn't led in the correct fashion the way the Lord wanted it to be. This is why these classes are so important, because it is the priest's job to teach you how to walk. That's why the class last week was about being born again. If you really want to serve the Lord, you have to strip yourself from all ego, all of the knowledge you thought was real in the world. I remember I was locked up one time, right? And I had this Muslim brother tell me that God gave him those bricks to sell so he could take care of his family. I said, brother, that's not God, that's Satan. And it messed him up. Now, mind you, I was a nigga in the world that knew I was an Israelite and didn't want to do what I was supposed to do. So my dumb ass was going to jail. And talking to that brother made me realize that I had to get in the fight. And a couple months later, after that incident I was in, I wound up getting back into the school, and rocking and rolling ever since. Well, I can tell you why you helped for that, man, because I could have been like any brother out here, still getting high, still chasing after the hoes, still trying to make money the illegal way, like any other brother out here, just living in the world. And I would have continued to destroy myself. But because I came to the Lord and had the knowledge of the Lord when I was in my ignorance, I was able to tell that brother and show him brotherhood and show him and tell him, brother, God will never get you to sell drugs and poison our own people. And I told him this. It shocked him because I guess so many people around him is yes men because he's the one with the money, he's the one with the power. People fear him. I didn't give a damn about who he was. God will never be with you if you want to sell drugs. The Most High will be with you if you come back to Him and be humble. When you come in here in the ISUPK, man, it is something spiritual. Don't forget that. It's something spiritual. I seen people come in here. I seen people dwell in this school before I came, and they no longer here because the Spirit of the Lord left them. The Lord took it back. Being in here in ISUPK is very spiritual. It's very spiritual. You got to understand. You have to understand that it is high times to wake up. People outside is dying by the millions. Don't be the next one. Don't be the next one to pick up that blunt, pick up that cigarette, that Black and Mild, or that crack pipe, whatever your vice is. You go lay down with that whore. Don't let that be your lesson in life. See, I was once in the world, and I remember 2 occasions where I almost could have ruined my life. The Lord had mercy on me, and I knew it was the Lord because of the way it happened. I think I told you this plenty of times because it still scares me to this day, but man, I was a block away. I had everything prepared. The other one, we was right there in bed. I'm in my room with her, and she had to admit that she had a burden. The other one, I was just talking in my lust, and she said it out of her mouth that she had a burden. I'm telling you real stuff. I don't care how you look at it. I'm not that man no more. But best believe I understood that the Lord is real. The Lord is real. The Most High wants us to show our obedience. There's nothing wrong with maintaining discipline. As a man, you should be a disciplined man. You know, you should have power over what you do with your ride, brother. So many of us, we fall short because of a woman. We gotta be the fly nigga on the scene. Real players, we understand we don't gotta be the big baller, and we gotta go up our way to go get a woman. No, you don't chase them; they come, and you have them, they gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying, Barzal? I know you know. You know what I mean? Barzal get all the girls. All the women love him. Lockers, they love him. You know what I'm saying? But it's all cool, calm, collected. Listen, I got called right there. You know what I mean? I see the bars, oh man, I was like, yo, that girl wants you. He like, man, Prince, I don't want that girl, man. I'm good. I said, yo, this brother is different. I know any other brother would have been like, don't want to play too, but because he's a player, you know what I mean, from the Himalayas, so stop playing. But because the Spirit of the Lord covers Barzal, ain't going to even give attention to the majority of the women that comes in way. Why? Because you got to have the Spirit of the Lord. You got to have some discipline. You got to learn how to tell yourself no. It is very hard to say no. There's many times I want to hurt people. I want to hurt people a lot sometimes, but I just be like, who the hell this person think they are? A lot of times I want to take up for people that are weak. It's hard for me to watch. I'm professionally good for the soul. Just know every time you see an ICE video, I probably see it because I'm the head of the social media department in Philadelphia. I see it all. And just know, when you see that video, I see it. And I think about wanting to give justice for my brothers and sisters out there. You understand what I'm saying? To give justice to the weak, man, because of the conditions we live under. But I had to learn I learned a long time ago to tell myself no. And the Lord will deal with it. Now, look what's happening to Donald Trump and his administration. They're losing. They're losing. People are resigning under the Trump administration. They're resigning. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Marjorie Greene Taylor, whatever the white woman, bad built, bush body bitch, that white woman that was, I think she was a House of Representative or Congress, she had to resign because she got death threats. And guess who those death threats was from? Her own people. The Lord is going to avenge us. The Lord is going to avenge us. He hears our cries. And he always tells us, his priests and prophets, have patience. You know, the Black Panther Party, they didn't have enough patience. They committed crimes when they wasn't supposed to. Left them vulnerable for attack from the white man, when they shouldn't even touch the hair on the white man and allow the Lord to do it. But see, back in those times, they didn't really have the knowledge of the Most High. The ISUPK wasn't established. But since 1969, the truth been on this earth. The truth been on this earth, and the priests and the prophets have been teaching the truth. Teaching that the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. You ain't just no nigga. You just ain't no black nappy-headed bitch. You ain't none of those things that white people try to. You ain't no monkey. You ain't no bonnet wearing smoke detector. They got all types of things that they saying about black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I know they say everything about it, but let me tell you something. America won't be America without you. This world wouldn't be anything without us. We are the true innovators of this world. We are the tomorrow. If the Lord took us off this earth, just understand this, that the world will crumble. America will crumble. Every other country will crumble. They need us. They need us. But eventually, very soon, the Lord is going to show them that they can't have us anymore. And that we're going to have to be the ones in the rulership. Right. And you better be prepared for that day. You better be prepared for that day. You better give up your lifestyle in this world. You're a woman, you like to have sex with other women. What is that doing for you? What is you having sex with all these different men from the age of 20? How many relationships you've been in? How many relationships, how many men have you been allowed inside of you? Ask yourself that. And ask yourself, is you proud to say that number out loud? God never intended for us to have this type of lifestyle that we have today. I hear people talking about, well, you know, I let people go in and do what they do. You know, it is what it is. I'm not judging. Love who you love. Nigga, you ain't supposed to say you love who you love. Right. You supposed to say you better love that Black, Hispanic, Native American woman if you're a man. Cantzari, I wrote down something real deep to this one sister. She was she said that she gave up being a lesbian, right, in the world. But without the knowledge of God being taught by commanded in Yohana, we can only go off of what you tell us and what we can tell in that conversation, right? This sister said that she's no longer a lesbian, but everything that she said was masculine. She was like, well, I wasn't the masculine one in a relationship. Captain, I realized like you're still being masculine because you're committing an act that a man does with a woman. A man is only supposed to have sex with a woman, not a woman having sex with a woman. What the hell are we talking about? Right. You get what I'm saying? You don't think that man that had sex with men, oh, well, he's not the feminine one, he's still feminine. Because he's doing he's doing something that is unlawful. I don't even want to think about it too damn deep. talk about it too much. That's disgusting. But a man is supposed to be with a woman, man. That's natural. We didn't turned away. If I could, can I get Jeremiah 6:16? Love and show. We turned away from the original ways. We turned away from what was right. This is why we're in the condition that we had. Christ said we was going to have 1,000 years. Them 1,000 years was up back in the 1600s. Boom, we all again put on slave ships. We all going through hell, being slaughtered, raped, pillaged, robbed, lied to. You know, sometimes, man, I sit around with white people, man, I just sit there, I be in those offices, and I be around these people, I just be looking like, I can't trust none of y'all, even if I wanted to.
Right.
Because there's none of the vipers. I see these people, and I can only imagine the benefit that they reap from my people downfall. These people have America. White people have America. White people can go around America and be safe. As for blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, we ain't safe nowhere. We're not even safe in the damn bathroom of our own home. You go into the damn bathroom, cop bust down your door and blow your brain blow your white brains all over the goddamn back wall because they thought that they didn't. First off, they got the wrong house. They bust down the damn door. She cooking in the damn kitchen with the kids because she gotta go blow her heads out. I'm not even safe in my own goddamn bathroom. We're not even safe in our own damn house. I seen a video today where this white man in Costco trying to harass some heathens. Now they heathens, whatever. But it's just the nerve of these white people, man, to call somebody to try to call somebody illegal when white people are the biggest illegals in the world. They're the biggest illegal in the world. I'm gonna tell you how illegal they are. They hide their history from us.
Right.
Why they can never give you their origin story. You wanna know why? Because if you really learn their origin story, you will understand why they are the way they are today. And you will understand what God said what was going to happen to Edom, the nation of Edom, of white people. What was going to happen to them in the end of the days? Whenever you got to say.
There's a book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 6. Yes. 16 and 16?
6 and 16. Yes.
Oh, sorry. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 16. Yes. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and act for the old paths.
Listen, man. Can we go up a verse above?
Go. Verse 15. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay.
Listen, well, we're ashamed that when in this time of Jeremiah is talking to the Lord. Jeremiah is getting the understanding of how he got to deal with Israel, right? And the evil that we was committing. I mean, we was horrible, right? Committing every sin under the sun. And when you look at our people, we commit sin and we not even ashamed. I seen this little boy, it was a video, right? They had to been like 2-3 years old. The little boy is kissing the little girl on the cheek, right? And the mother is in the video saying, oh, and I'm sitting there like,
right.
Why ain't nobody stopping that little boy from kissing that little girl? You want to know what that mother, those women in that video was teaching that daughter, teaching that little girl? They was teaching that little girl it's okay for little boys to touch you inappropriately. You know what that's going to lead to? A man or some older relative touching that little girl, she's gonna feel like that's okay because mommy didn't stop the little boys from kissing me when I was young. So why not allow this grown man to do what he want to do with me? And then now she grows into an adult, and now you got black men saying, "Oh, these black women ain't nothing. Look at them." Now she's going through trauma. She's passing on trauma. Now there's going to be a roller coaster effect, right? She's going to give it to the next one, and she's going to give it to the next one. My thing is this, man. The old path is not to allow those type of things to transpire when it comes to kids, right? We got to go to the Bible. Kids, you got to train your kids up correctly. You teaching that little boy is hyper sexual. I seen grown women allowing little boys to fill on grown women behind. I'm seeing way more grown women being locked up in these schools. It used to be you used to have to watch out for the men in the schools, Bartol. Mm-hmm. But now you got to keep an eye on the woman for having sex and inappropriate relationships with the minors in the schools. Too many times you've seen grown women. I mean, these women ain't bad looking. You get what I'm saying? They're not even bad looking. They like 20. They in the mid 20s, late 20s, late 30s. And you being a predator over a little boy. What the hell is wrong with you? You act like you can't go out here and get a man. No, because you so endowed into your lust. You're not ashamed for approaching that little young boy. You 13, 14 years old, you having sex with a damn 15-year-old little boy. You destroying that little man. You destroying him. You ain't supposed to be having sexual intercourse with a minor. That was wrong with you. You're supposed to be teaching that young man about whatever the subject is in that class. You're supposed to be teaching that young man. You're supposed to be making sure you're dropping gems on him so that he can be able to have a prosperous future. Not you dropping draws on him. What the hell is wrong with you? You get what I'm saying? Like, this is out of pocket. I'm looking on the internet. Women not ashamed of showing their body. At one point in time, a woman felt naked if she wore certain clothing that was a bit rebellious. I remember hearing, you'll hear a woman in the movies sometimes, is this too much? And you'll see the dress, and it'll be something that, show probably a little bit of cleavage or something like that. You get what I'm saying, brother?
It's like, if I may, exactly, they don't even recognize it as it being a shame, because it's so desensitized. It's just like to see a woman now fully dressed, it's unheard of. And then even for which I don't understand, even for brothers, they got brothers, it's also for a man too to keep his nakedness to himself. They got brothers like Blueface. I see him and it was all the way AO. He on stage performing, pouring water on himself, fountaining himself like some broad. And I'm like, what is going on? And it is for both parties. It's just like the nakedness of Israel is just exposed, and it's so detrimental because the kids has access to these websites and the internet.
Can I say something?
Please.
I'll be forgetting stuff when I'm up here. A lot of you brothers out there, y'all don't have no damn. Y'all not ashamed of nothing. Y'all be thirsty in the comments, man. I bring this up every class because, nigga, we see you. We see you, nigga. You in the comments. You the 30-second comment under the damn post being thirsty. Nigga, she don't respect you. You under the comment being thirsty as hell. Damn, girl, I drink your bath water. This bitch is a hoe. What are you doing? You know what you're showing in the world? That you don't have no respect for yourself. You showing that woman you don't have respect for yourself. You showing those high you don't have respect for yourself. You understand? And you know who else going to know that you don't have respect for yourself? Your kids. My daughters will never see me ever being thirsty over no damn hoe, man.
Right.
They gonna see that woman that I got in my life. They gonna like my pops always had good woman in his life. I'm dead and gone. They gonna like, man, my pop had real ones. You get what I'm saying? Or shit, I might just have one. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Pop, you know what I mean? Pop always kept a real one. You know what I mean? I never seen my dad being thirsty over no hoes. You know, my pop ain't never played none of that. None of those stupid games. You know, men out here be playing. I don't play those games, man. And here in ISUPK, we don't play those games. We like order. You brothers, your shame is your stain in your life. We see your baby mother. Your baby mother is busting it open online. She busting it open online, man. Online, bro. That's the mother of your children. You had sex with the neighborhood throat goat, and you cuffed her. You shot the club up, aka you got her pregnant. You know, she made your life a living hell. She having sex with other men while your kids is in the house. Your kids, she having sex with different men and she on the internet, and she's selling it probably. You so damn thirsty, so you not ashamed of looking like an evil bastard. You laid down with that brother. Ooh-wee. Now they try to talk about us Israelites, brother.
Sure.
They try to say that we crazy, we deranged, we some weirdos, whatever you want to call us. You call us a Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. I tell you this, nigga, we ain't dealing with no hoes. Ain't no nigga gonna be like, oh man, I see you in the comments, dog. Like I said, Barzal, man, he bull. You get what I'm saying? He bull. Let Barzal teach you a thing or two. How to not be thirsty. Get in his class and learn how to be a man. This is what these classes are all about. Teaching you how to be a woman, teaching you how to be a man, teaching you how to have some shame about yourself. Being shamefaced. Meaning you're not a person like you're a brother, right? You want to approach a certain kind of woman, or you wouldn't get high because you don't want to put yourself in shame. You don't want to shame yourself. So instead of you getting high, instead of you being thirsty after some hoe, instead of you committing a crime and unaliving a brother or sister or whatever the crime may be, you won't do it. So that you can save yourself from the shame. I got a homeboy right now, I love him to death. He went to jail over some broad. I told him to leave alone. He's dodging me right now because he knows when he talks to me, I'm going to say, I told you so. He's ashamed right now because he knows he should never did it. I told him numerous times, bro, don't deal with her. Leave her alone. If she's dealing with another man, let it go. He couldn't let it go. He didn't have enough discipline. He couldn't say no. So he didn't want to listen. All right. I gave you your warning. He had to sit in jail for about damn near a year. You know what I mean? All because he didn't want to listen to sound knowledge. Let's read, sir.
God.
Verse 15.
Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Hold on, can you read verse 15 again?
God. Oh, slack. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination?
Yeah, what they ashamed when they committed abomination? Hell no. Back in these times, man, we was having sex with other nations, men and women. We was serving other gods. We was eating abomination, eating unlawful foods like shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. We was unaliving our brother. We was divorcing our significant other out of lust and hate that we had for one another. I mean, it was all abomination, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was all abomination, and we were not ashamed for it. Let's keep reading, sir.
God. Nay, they were not at all ashamed.
It said not at all ashamed. Like, that's what the nation of Israel got to in the past. So, like, we didn't even care about what we did. It was like, all right, whatever. It is what it is. Like, the hell you want me to do? So what? I get drunk and beat my wife and my kids. So what? This sister, she like, look. So what? I go out, go party, and go have sex with random men behind my husband's back. So what? People didn't care about serving the Lord anymore. Let's keep going.
God. Therefore, it's like it. Neither could they blush. Therefore, they shall fall among them that fall.
So, because like it said that they didn't even blush, it wasn't even embarrassed of what they did. You get what I'm saying? Like the whole thing now with black people, we so puffed up, right? So puffed up with ego. We so puffed up with all these ideologies to where we don't even understand our ignorance. We don't even get it. But that's why I said that they shall fall with those that's gonna fall. I just seen a pastor. They called him a traveling pastor, a traveling preacher. He got found this weekend trying to have sex with an underage boy. An underage boy. You know what he told him? He said the decoy asked him, "What you eating? What you eating for Thanksgiving?" You know what the preacher told him? He said, "I'm eating you for Thanksgiving." Remember when TDJ said, "Have you ever been swallowed up?" Have you ever been swallowed up? These preachers, man, is predators.
Right.
They predators. They liars, they deceivers, they take your money. I seen the video, I seen this clip, right? This reel. It was on what's his name? Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy, he's in the deacons or the bishops chambers, right? And he talking to him, he's like, yo, man, like how you be getting your money, right? Or yo, like, do you sin? Like do you ever sin? He's like, man, I sin all the time. You know what I mean? Like, he said I paid for it. Talking about he paid to have sex with these women. He said, yeah, I had sex with the women in the church, and I had sex outside the church. Church clubs, all that. And he told him, yeah, you better have my money too. That's how you get your repentance. So you only being saved according to Christianity by paying your tithes. And they charging you the hell up. We just seen the pastor, right? He's supposed to be the man of the people. He damn near cursed the woman out in the church because she got in the wrong line to give money, thousands of dollars. Like, she presented herself, she had a grandson there. He didn't give a damn about what she had to go through to get that money. He was upset that she got in the wrong line. Get the hell out of here, man. Right. We can keep reading, sir.
God. At the time that I visit them They shall be cast down, saith the Lord.
Man, the Lord said he's going to visit you. That means that he's going to destroy you. He's going to punish you. He's going to send that angel to come down. And he's going to like bring him nothing but hell. Put them through the fire. And you're going to wonder why everything in your life is going wrong. I'm like, yo, what the hell? And lo and behold, it's all going to be because of your disobedience. Right? And the Lord, he's so merciful, man. He sent Christ. He sends his priest out. Like when we go out and teach, understand that's the Lord teaching. That ain't us. Now, yeah, we teaching, but we only saying what God wants you to know. The Most High wants you to know to stop being a filthy sinner. That's what the Most High wants you to do. He wants you to get out of hating your brother and hating your sister. He wants you to get out of the mindset of being comfortable here in America or whatever we dwell in. We can't be comfortable here. Like, it's times where I sit there and I sit back. I'll be in my car, right? I'll be in my car. And I'm thinking about all the things I accomplished over the years, right? In the truth and in the world, where, you know, just like handling business and stuff like that, being able to, you know, make a couple moves out here in the world. And I can see how people get lost in the world when it comes down to just, you know, making moves like the finances and things like that. I can see where people get confused because you solely forget what it means to be black, and then you detach yourself, and then you just go, you know, you detach yourself from being black, Hispanic, Native American, you understand, and you fully attach yourself into the whole infrastructure of America. Like, it's really a rat race.
Right.
And in the black, Hispanic, Native American community, we be at competition with one another when we shouldn't be doing that. We should be at competition with our enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like, 50 Cent. I love 50 Cent. I love the brother. I think he's funny. I think he's very intelligent. But for the love of me, I want to see 50 Cent go after white people. I want 50 Cent to show that he's better than white people, instead of trying to shit on like Ja Rule or Little Nietzsche. You know what I mean? Like, how about you go to the white man and show him, hey, you ain't messing with me. You know what I mean? Get your hustle up. Yeah. Like he's 50 Cent he made his own studios. That's why he's canceling all the shows that he got going on with Stars, and he's gonna be a part of his own. He's gonna have his own production. I don't know if you know that,
Good.
but he's down in Louisiana. He pretty much got like a big plot of land.
You got Texas on him.
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah, Texas and Louisiana. Shreveport, Louisiana. And he's bringing money back to the black community, which is respectable. I love it. But I would like to see him in the blogs going at white people, because it's bad enough. Like, we already hate one another, right? And when you look at, like, let's take Philly for instance, right? I seen recently these two podcasters went at it this week, right? If you don't know, you might not know that Philly, these two podcasters, one is RB and the other guy is Johnny Mac. Well, apparently, shots almost could have rung out and someone could have got hurt, right? The reason why this altercation happened, I'm gonna tell y'all why it happened. In Philly, it is very known that this is no way, shape, form the city of brotherly love. Philly is one of the hardest places that you can actually get love, like genuine love from. Like, the only one that gets genuine love is Lil Uzi. And I still don't understand it. Lil Uzi is the gayest rapper in the world, and he still gets love in Philly. That kind of says something about you Philly niggas out there. Put that out. what I'm saying? But these two podcasters, instead of them coming together doing something positive, trying to show the youth, like, hey man, you know, we this is how we should be, like being brothers, let's work together. These niggas is arguing about a situation about the guy having issues with another guy. You get what I'm saying? It was all about, oh, what about this and what about that? You want to gossip? Like these two individuals have an issue. Let's talk about it. The Most High would want those two to talk about their issues behind the cameras. One-on-one. What's your problem with me? Majority of the time, when niggas actually sit down and talk, things get resolved. Am I lying, brother? Most of these niggas out here that be beefing, they stop. You wonder why something happened. Like when they finally meet up with each other, you know what usually happens? Majority of the time, these niggas, when nobody can shoot somebody, they're gonna talk. Or somebody that is a respectable person, they sit them down and they talk. You know what happens? They usually shake hands. You get what I'm saying? They had YFN Lucci and Young Thug talking to one another. I think they was like playing basketball or something together. I think they was in a club or something. You know, they try to kill one another.
Right.
This on record, Young Thug tried to get them killed. A murder attempt. They was able to hash it out. When you go inside the Bible, David hashed out a lot of beefs. David was going to war with his own people and other nations other nations that are our enemies. This is all in the Bible. But one thing that everybody has to understand in the Bible, and what everybody needs to understand now, is that brotherhood is everything. Brotherhood is how we breathe, how we able to be here. If it wasn't for brotherhood, we wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for brotherhood, we wouldn't have Jesus Christ to even say that he prayed for our sins. All that being an individual, being on your own, forget that. Trying to do it your way, forget that. Because the Most High not with that. Right? And that's another thing of being comfortable in America. You can't be comfortable. You gotta be uncomfortable. So what? You got the money. So what? You got cars and you got homes. You're able to travel all around the world. So what? So what? So what? You got everything going for you. We should want more. I want more. I'm not satisfied. I can have Jeff Bezos' money and I'm still not satisfied. Because I want to rule. I want Christ to rule. That's when I know that I'm at peace. When Christ is in rulership on the face of the earth. That's because you want to know, I can sleep good at night, knowing that Hispanics and Native Americans and black people is not being hunted down anymore. I can sleep good at night. I can scroll through my social media and not have to stomach the fact that if I see a video of a cop and my people in it, I don't have to sit there and be like, man, somebody about to get hurt. Like, do you understand? Like, that's like black people, Hispanic people, Native Americans, we are so desensitized that watching us get abused is normal.
Right.
It's normal. It's very normal. I'm here in the ISUPK. I told you I had to tell myself no, right? I gotta tell myself no. Let a cop pull me over. I gotta tell myself no. Don't do it. And when I was in the world, I got my first time really having to go to jail. I fought cops because it was just the nerve of them to stop me and ask me questions. Now I was wrong, of course, in the matter, but it was just like, who the hell is y'all? Get the hell out of my face. You get what I'm saying? Always had a strong dislike for cops. I remember my dad, Barzal, he was like, man, you should be a cop. I said, hell no, I ain't being no pig. He said, well, man, it's a good job, it's a career. Somebody got to do it. You know what I mean? You got to work from within. I ain't doing none of that, Pop. I'm cool. Man, you should go to the military. No, Pop, I'm cool. I'm in the Lord's military.
Right.
So now, you look at me now, I'm like, I ain't had to do none of that. All I had to do is serve the Lord. I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? Now when we sit there and we talk, and you tell me, yeah, man, you know, I'm proud of you. I see what you're doing, boom, boom. Yeah. Because I'm not going to live my life as a man that's comfortable. I'm not going to be a domesticated man here on the face of the earth. And you shouldn't be domesticated, brother, nor a sister. It's a good thing when a sister can be able to have brothers that will protect her and lead her in the right direction. That's what we give here in ISUPK. Ain't you tired when you go to, when you go to a church or the mosque, you're around nothing but evil, wicked ass men? You know damn well that brother that's in the choir is gay.
Right.
That man's something more ride than you. You go inside that mosque, you know damn well it's a nigga in there that is the line for the what they call it, the zips, for the weed, for the pills, for the dope. That nigga right there that's praying on that rug, he can get you whatever drug you like. He's going to charge you a commission fee, and you're going to be on your way. You're going to have enough drugs to fill up South Philly and North Philly. If you talk to that Muslim brother right there, you know it. Muslim sisters, ain't no sisterhood with Muslim women. They're the same ones that shake their ass on the internet, fight. For the love of me, I don't understand how a brother can ever get with a Muslim woman, man, that straight up is just filthy. Like I'm really, listen, man, if this kid's watching, I'm sorry. Parents, cover the kid there. Let me tell you something about women in the ISUPK, man. The best thing that a man could ever dream of. A woman here in the ISUPK, she's been tried. She has cleaned herself of the world, and she is a pillar of rest. Ain't no Muslim woman can hold a candle next to a sister here in the ISUPK because she has not been through the training. She hasn't went through the tutelage that these sisters have went through. And what have these sisters went through? Learning how to have a father that loves them, to have brothers that love them, to have a husband that loves them, that love them, that will never leave them. Only way that man will leave if he dies. Imagine the joy of women here in the ISUPK have when it's time for them to have kids. Just imagine the joy that they have knowing that man ain't going nowhere. You know, in the world, women are afraid that when they get pregnant, that man is going to switch up on them, that man is going to leave her hanging dry with that baby. It was more so like that back in the day when we was growing up.
Right.
Guess who wasn't doing that to women? The ISUPK.
Right.
We always been here giving the truth. And we are here for you, sister. Black, Hispanic, Native American woman. We here for you. You might hate us now, but just always know when life is beating your ass, the ISUPK is here to save you. We're here to help you. We're here to give you the truth. Sometimes that truth might hurt. It might make you cry. It might not make you, it might be better medicine, but it's going to help you. It's going to help you. Captain Zaria, now I seen a video today where he told his sister, he said, listen, sister, you ain't ready to get married. You're not, because she said, I'm a nurturer. You know, she said everything that women think that is a good woman. But you know one thing that she didn't learn, how she ain't learned that she don't know, is that being loving. Loving. being in the ISUPK, being a woman, you have to learn how to love me. Or you never how to learn how to love. We're gonna show you how to love. Love is an action. It's not a feeling. It's not that butterfly feeling you get. Nah, ain't none of that. It's an action.
Right.
You will understand. One, allow the men of the Lord to help you pick a man. We'll show you how to pick a man. We'll help pick that man for you. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you if you want to fall through it or not. You want to, this brother, you got a good reputation. This is what he do. This is what he got going on in his life. I think this might be for you. If this is something that you want to do, okay, come on, okay, let's figure it out. We're going to help you. Because you didn't shed yourself to the world. Like when you come into the ISUPK, then you are off limits for a good amount of time. For months, damn near a year for some cases. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's not about you. It's not about you getting a boyfriend, and I'm saying boyfriend on purpose. It's about you changing. It's about you doing what this next verse says. Can you read verse 16, sir?
Come. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths.
Ask for the old path. You got to ask for the old path, sis. Old path, woman wasn't masculine. Woman didn't have to worry about if a man was going to leave them high and dry or not. The old path, you was a woman with knowledge and wisdom. I don't see a lot of older women being of wisdom. I see a lot of older women that want to be young girls.
Right.
I see a lot of older men that wants to be young boys.
Right.
Be a man of knowledge and wisdom. Most of these old heads is teaching young boys how to go and spend money on vagina. Teaching them to have sex with all the women and be a player. That's what they want to teach these young boys. That's what they teach them. And in Philly, good night. Johnny Mack and Blue RB, y'all twerk them young boys that watch our platforms, it's okay to crash out. That's what you taught them. And Oskino. Like, I don't even understand why anybody even pay Oskino any mind. That nigga got to be on some kind of drugs. If y'all know who Oskino is, he was one of the rap members in the rap group called State Copy that was very popular in the early 2000s under Dame Dash and Jay-Z. He was an artist in the group, pretty good rapper, very locally known in Philly. And for the love of me, I don't know what's going on with the brother. I know he's been through a lot of stuff in his life, from the story that he told. But this brother just goes on the internet and just bashes other men for hours. Like he would make clip after clip, just talking down on brothers. Sometimes you gotta learn how to ignore that. You gotta have some discipline, brother. Johnny Mack, RB, y'all don't show any type of discipline. You gotta learn how to see a drug. You might be a drug addict. I believe he's a drug addict. I will allow that brother to vent all he wants on the internet. And I would calmly tell everybody, I'm not paying no mind. If you got a brain, you wouldn't do it either. Pray for the brother and keep it moving. Well, y'all brothers out there, Johnny Mack and RB and Oskino, that whole little podcast, the dude clutched his gun on the brother. Now, I did hear, to be honest, I heard that the dude did come to the project. Kind of get it, right? Kind of get it. But at the same time, it's why are you instigating something that can turn into something, right? The dude clearly didn't want to talk about the incident that happened with him and Oskino. Why do you want to keep egging it on? Well, you know what you're teaching young men? Y'all niggas is teaching young men that it is okay to egg on the violence. Go ahead and light put more air to the flame, right? Put more gasoline to the flame. Keep the flame purging. Let it go on and on. Don't try to find peace within the war. Don't try to find peace. That's what you're teaching them. But that is totally against what God told us to be like to one another. It's a good thing when brothers can dwell in unity. Like when we all gather here in the ISUPK Philadelphia school, right? It is a beautiful thing. Why? Because we brothers from all walks of life, right? Marzell, you would say you from Badlands, right? Poppyville, right? You was Badlands, you from Badlands.
I was up around Badlands.
You was everywhere. You know, he
up to
you know, he was everywhere. Wherever really his hat was from. You know what I'm saying? I look he was like that too, right? But we all come from different backgrounds here in the ISUPK. You got some brothers, you know, they was a suburban kid. You know what I mean? All they like they grew up in the suburbs. But they heard the word of the Lord and here in ISUPK and they changed their life. Right? You got another brother that might have been a stone cold killer. Heard the word of the Lord and changed. Right? You got one brother. This brother, just a regular 9 to 5 brother, you know what I'm saying? Ain't really get into much. He heard the word of the Lord, he changed. This brother, he might have been, I don't know, a famous rapper or a famous something extravagant in life and heard this truth and changed. And so on and so on. All these different walks of life being able to sit in one room, being one mind, one body, one spirit, being all baptized the same way through the word of God. You understand? Like that's beautiful, man. That's what the Most High want to see. When Christ died, he died so that we can love one another again. Not to hate one another, not to sit there and blow each other's brains out. You know what I'm saying? We can't live like that anymore. It's not healthy. It's not helping us. So yeah, when I seen the videos, I commented on the video. I said, "This is exactly why I stay in my lane when it comes to dealing with y'all niggas out here in the field." I said, "This is bullshit. You about to shoot a brother. It look like he just want to run with you. You don't rather take a gun and end his life." I seen Johnny Mack fight too. He ain't the best fighter, bro. He got heart, but he don't got hands. And you clutch the gun on him? I can't respect it. But again, he said he was in his project. Okay. I'm a little different. I don't care where I'm at. I'd rather fight you than take your life. I ain't trying. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather put you in your back pockets than have to, you know, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But the main thing is we supposed to be loving one another. We supposed to be caring for one another, looking out. We supposed to also, and this I'm gonna tell y'all how a lot of us out here, a lot of us adults is selfish. Because we supposed to be teaching the young boys how to be able to navigate in this world. We're supposed to be giving them the knowledge of God. They should know that God is black. Jesus Christ is black. Everybody in that Bible is black. They are the black, Hispanic, and Native American. They should know these things. If you're not teaching the youth and giving them the game or wisdom, whatever you can give to pass it down, I'm talking about real solid information. You get what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I used to do the Uber and Lyft, I used to talk to a lot of these young guys. Like, yo, even the young girls, hey, you want school? What you want school for? Hey, you know, and I give them whatever information I know. Because I know a lot of women do the CNA. I said, why don't you go for, you know, you want to be an assistant, anything, man, go be a dental assistant. Go be a radiologist assistant. You know what I'm saying? Go be a surgical technician. You know what I mean? There's way more out there. And it's, you know, and it's just trying to give all the information that I've accumulated over the years down to the next generation. Now, I don't know what those guys little girls then picked up. But I'm pretty sure somebody done took some information that I said, you know what I mean? I had the one young boy, I was telling him about the trades, he hit me up like the next day, yo, you got that link for me? Yeah, bro, here you go right here. You get what I'm saying? Hey, you know I'm also an Israelite, man. You know you can come down to the class. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna check you out. Boom, boom, boom. Because it's always about trying to breathe life into the next generation. That's what we're doing all this for. When our parents was raising us up, their job was to show us how to be adults when we get older. What is it like? I remember my father. I used to watch my father how he dealt with my stepmother. Right? That was the person that I really learned how to, what a relationship is supposed to be like. You understand when it's functional, when it has balance. When you have more than just one kid in the house, you have numerous kids in the house. And then my father, he always been the type to try to bring all the family together. You know what I'm saying? Like with my cousins and all that, he's the one that used to orchestrate, everybody come to the crib. You want your cousins to come to the crib? All right, tell them to come to the crib. Boom, boom, boom. So now with me as a father, hey, let's get the young boys in there. You feel me? Let's get the young boys. Y'all want your cousins to come over? All right, cool. You know what I mean? Get a piece of stuff like that. It's just like, because when they get older, when my kids get older, I want them to understand what it means to be in my position or be in a mother's position, right? And I seen this, I want to speak on this too, right? I seen this video where this mother and the mother and the father was fighting in front of the kids. And the son was forced to record the video because the father is getting so he got these dreads. This should be a warning to you brothers out there. Cut them damn dreads out your head. It is not the culture of the Most High. It is unlawful hairstyle. One is dirty. Israelites is never going to be dirty people. And two, you are growing dreadlocks is something that is it's like you're giving your praise to a false god through the dreads. Shiva was always depicted for having dreadlocks. East Indians. Now you do know that we all know East Indians is not very clean people. So when they got dreadlocks because they never washed up for real. They don't wash up like that. They can't really wash their hair like that. Because the water that they have there is contaminated. Y'all heard of the Ganges? They said it's so bad that it's biologically dead. It's dead. Like there's no way that they can bring that water back to life. Only Christ can bring it. Only the Most High can bring that water back to life. The Most High will have to give a miracle to that river. Because that's how disgusting those people are. If you take on that culture of getting dreadlocks, you should always study where the hell you're getting your ways of life in.
Right.
But besides all that, this brother was, I guess, he wanted the baby mom to get out the house, right? I guess she wasn't living there primarily. I don't know, but he wants her out. She's pulling his hair, and he had to first get the son to record a video. Now the sons is crying. They don't want the parents fighting. They in the kid's room. The mom is shouting at him, "No, I'm not leaving." And he's just saying, "Yo, just leave." You know what I'm saying? Like, you know the most. And she got to be heard. She has to get a point across. And there's no way that she has to get out. Now, I'm pretty sure if these two individuals, like, I'm pretty sure they get high, right? But it definitely looks like they get high. Let me tell you what you're supposed to do in a situation like that instead of traumatizing your kids. Wait until the kids go to sleep, or go away from the kids and learn how to communicate with each other without arguing and hollering. You know what I'm saying? It's a way how you can have a disagreement or, a conversation without it having to be hostile. Now, as a man, you should learn how to have some damn discipline. You should be able, as a man, you have to understand the bigger picture. You gotta understand the bigger picture is to keep the family together, right? Now, of course, you don't want that woman to think that her having bad behavior is okay. You're gonna have to check her. You're gonna have to check her. You're gonna have to let her know, like, that is unacceptable. However you're gonna have to check her, you're gonna have to check her. When you do it with some humility, you do it in a fashion so that you can fix the issue that's going on in your relationship. You have to learn how to have patience. You have to learn how to communicate. A lot of us don't know how to communicate because why? We've never seen our parents do what? Communicate. One thing my father drilled in my head was learn how to communicate. And I've seen my stepmom and my father have certain conversations. I even see my dad and my mom, my biological mom had conversations. And one thing I always realized, my dad always used his head. Right? And he always told me, son, you gotta use your head. When you're the man of the family, you gotta use your head. Even if you're not the man of the family, always use your head. Use your head to get yourself out of a lot of situations that you're in. And I see him break down people to a way where I use his method in the truth. Because the way how he did it was so precise. As a man, you have to be 100% mental with everything. You gotta be 3 to 4 to 5 steps ahead of everybody. Because it is your job to do so. Now imagine you teaching your son this. You think your son's gonna have to beat on a woman because he's not being heard or he feels disrespected? Hell no. Your son's gonna know how to deal with a woman. They're gonna know how to pick a woman because they know what they can tolerate and what they won't tolerate. Me, I know what I can tolerate. And when I got at home, I know I can tolerate that. With y'all niggas be out here tolerating, me and Barzal will look at you like, brother, you should get in class. Like, double time. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be out here going, do it. I'm like, jeez, brother. You know what I mean? God damn, brother, why you putting yourself through that type of harm? Yeah, man, I do know you told me, bro, not to deal with it, but man, you know how it is. Yeah, I know how it is. Man, your ass got going family court. Now you gotta, you can't even go see your kids because she wanna try to keep your kids away from you. You get what I'm saying? What you teach, how you live, how you operate, your kids always watching you. I know my kids always watching me. My kids always watching me. I see my kids do certain things or say certain things because they see me or their mother do it. I'm like, damn, they be really paying attention. You get what I'm saying? Like, I make sure my house is locked down. You know what my kids do? They make sure that the house is locked down. You understand what I'm saying? When I tell them to be leaders, hey, this is how you need to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you big brother, hey, you big sister. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, this is your big brother, this is your big sister. Y'all better listen. And I tell the oldest, you're gonna be held accountable more than anything because you over them. They be looking at me with them little big old eyes. You know what I'm saying, Barzal? They understand what the hell I'm saying. Because you gotta train your damn kids up, man. Teach your kids what it means to be in love, man. How to love a man, how to love a woman. Most of us never even seen our parents in love. Never seen, never, you know how you might walk downstairs and see your mom and dad dancing slow jams, or they just vibing out, listening to slow jams, might be having a drink. You know what I mean? Many times I walk down, I see my dad on some cool stuff, my stepmom, he drinking his drink, playing his music, they just talking, they at the table, just talking. They probably playing cards, whatever, they doing what they doing. I seen that. I said, oh, okay. Now around that time, I ain't really fully grasped on, I just know that's what Pop do. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got older, I realized what? That's the way I gotta do it. That's how you gotta do it. You gotta be a player to the You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be, listen, I'm talking to you brothers out there, man. Be a player to the end, man. You know what I'm saying? Clean your mind, man. Clean your mind. Choose the old path. Show everyone in that house what it means to be loved. Show your children what it means to be loved. Show your wife what it means to be loved. You get what I'm saying? Start doing things with your kids, man. Like sit them down, start learning with them and stuff like that. Like me, I'm thinking about putting my kids in STEM camp. You know what STEM camp is? What people in the world might call nerd camp. I'm gonna put my kids through. They gonna learn some science or something. Let me see what you do at. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just put them through sports. Look, I want you to go in there, start building robots. Build a damn UPK robots so they can help with the damn camp equipment. You know what I mean? Give them young troopers a little break or something. You know, help the brothers out there. You always know that you are a child's first teacher. You understand? It's a beautiful thing when I got my kids and they see me and their mother loving one another. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what you want your kids to see. Don't teach your kids that when you're in a relationship with a man, it's okay for that man to beat the hell out of you. What the hell is wrong with you? Why do you want your kids to see you getting your ass beat? You know what I'm saying? Why do you want your kids? You get a man, you're not with the child's father no more. Or let's say you would. And they get that man, because a lot of you sisters out there, y'all don't like the man that got a 9 to 5. Is that still a thing, Margo? You don't know? They don't like men that's I guess squares, 9 to 5 guys. They want a street nigga. Is that still a thing? I don't know. I think street nigga thing can't play it up. Maybe, I don't know. But you want your kid to look up to the street nigga? Go ahead.
If I could, I do believe that, the times we in now, people are starting to realize certain things outside of like the early 90s, the late 90s and early 2000s. Like that lifestyle is, to be a drug dealer in 2025 is damn near, I would say, corny at this point.
It's corny?
To be, selling drugs.
Let's get out of here. I mean, like, selling drugs. Let me tell you something. Selling drugs, that's to be one of the most cowardice things that you can do as a man. Because a real man going to get it, honestly. A real man not going to, like, it was times, man, even in the truth, man, and in the world, I see how much dope made. I see how fast dope money is made. That's some of the fastest money I've ever seen in my life. I seen it get bagged up, and I seen it being sold. And I was sitting there like, damn, I could get a car real quick. You get what I'm saying? I could do this for like a good month. Give me a car, give me a nice little setup, boom, boom. And let it go. Now, I was in the world. I knew about the truth. That's what stopped me from getting involved with the dope, right? And being in the truth, I think I lost my job a couple times. I was like, man, hell no, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? That thought in my head, Satan was like, man, you could go get some dope, man, and go pay the county. I ain't doing that shit. A lot of people with my language, but I ain't about to do that. Is you crazy? You know what that school would do to me? They catch me selling dope. Oh my God. I think Dylan Hyman might kick my teeth down my throat. Next time you see me, you think I was smoking crack. I only got one tooth. Because it's like the audacity, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, here at ISUPK, we want to teach you how to be a leader. We want to teach you how to be loved and how to love, right? And this is all the old ways of the Bible. All of these, but everything that I just said, you will find it in the Bible. Train up your child. Don't cause your child to be a brat. You know, being a militant, full of knowledge. You don't want your child to do that. But when you don't allow, you know, you sisters out there, when you try to push the man away out of that kid, like, you try to weaponize the system against your kid, do you understand what you are doing? It's something, like, I'm a man, listen, I'm gonna let you know right now. You try to put me on child support, you try to emasculate me, try to tell me, you know, try to dictate when I can see my kid and all, man, you can have the damn kid. I will make another one. You want to try to, I'm always going to take care of my damn kid. Bitch, I don't need you to try to police me. I don't need nobody to police me. Oh, so you want to police me. You want to try to emasculate me because you want me to do what you want to do. You want to control me. You want to, okay, no sweat. How much you want? No sweat. I'll be making more than that in like by next week. Miss Your Honor, I'm gonna sign my rights over. She can have a kid. She can have how much she can what? Oh, no sweat. That little bit of money that you getting doesn't value the lessons that a father gives to his kids.
Right.
And I'm going to desert you on that damn kid. And I pray that that kid finds me in the future. If they ask me, I'm like, I'm not going to allow no woman to have power over me to the point where she's emasculating me.
Right.
Straight up like that. Yeah, I'm going to accept it or leave it. I don't give a damn. I'm cut through it because I love hard. But one thing I'm not going to do is have to go through hurdles just to see my damn kid. Now, when I was growing up, I used to always ask, like, my dad, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, why do you ain't fight harder for me? You understand? Like, why do you ain't fight harder for me? And my father told me this. He said, it wasn't all your mother's fault. It was definitely some things that I did that was wrong. He told me what he did, and I still was like, nah. Because the way how everything happened, it should have never happened that way. At least from what I had to go through. And he said, I knew you was always going to come back to me because I knew that it was only me. It was me that you was going to need to unlock certain doors in life. When he said that, man, it took me to a place where when I was a kid, being told that my father was the worst thing on the earth, to the point where I was told if I was threatened to go to my father. I used to ball up in tears. I was a kid. I was in like first, second kindergarten. I used to ball in tears because I was petrified of going to my father, but I thought that life was going to be hard. This is what I had to go through. Until I couldn't stand dealing with my own mother. Now, me and my mother, we good. You know what I mean? It's in the past. But there was a time where I was like, I gotta get away from you. And I remember we had to do this counseling thing, right? Family counseling, because of the whole bunch of things that. And this brother, no, I'm gonna tell you how deep it was, right? Counselors know, United States know that a man is needed in these homes. And they would do whatever they can do to take away the time from a father. Like, I don't understand why. You know, there's people out here that they can only see their kid one weekend out of the month, or every other weekend. Like, what the hell is that? You get what I'm saying? You ever heard that, bro?
Mhm.
Every other weekend? So they only seeing their kid probably like 25% or 35% of the month. What type of stuff is that? What type of development can you really give a kid when that kid is only being with their father for quite some time? The courts understand this because they deal one-on-one with the psychiatrists and these psychologists. They know for a fact that a child development is very important and that both parents need to be fully present at all times. Not just a little part-time, no, all the time, so that the child can develop love from a masculine standpoint and a feminine standpoint, so that they can grow up and have balance. Me and my mom had to go in front of this counselor. I don't remember all the questions at hand, but I do know that I had a rebellious spirit at the time, and the question came across like, do you know how you feel about your father? And I'm already seeing my mom looking at me. You know what I mean? Like when she asked, like, well, the guy asked where my father was at, and she told him like, yeah, he this and that, whatever issue they had, right? He asked me, hey, how you feel about your father? And I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, and it's like all eyes on me. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I love my dad, my dad. I feel like, me and him don't really see, I don't really see my dad like that, but I still love him, and he's like, would you want to have a relationship with your dad? Like, would you want to see your dad? And my mom looked at me with that look, like, you better say no. I said yes, because again, I wasn't seeing eye to eye with my mom. And I was like, yeah. She's like, you sure? And you can kind of see like the brother, because it was a brother that was a counselor, and I can tell that he was on the side of me and not on the side of the mother. You get what I'm saying? He understood that I needed my father. All the things that I was doing, like, you can tell that my father was needed because I was doing certain things where I was lacking discipline. And I remember me and my dad, in the third grade, me and my dad, we reconnected. And I was like, they asked me, how long do you want to stay there? I said, for 4 weeks. I don't even know what the hell 4 weeks was. Like that, right? Because I should have just said 1, right? Of course, I was in third grade. Right? So, they made it happen. Me and my dad talked. You know what I mean? I'm calling him by his government name. My dad looking at me like he want to smack the taste out of my mouth, but he understands that it was under influence the way I was acting. So, boom, I go to my dad's house. Every day in school, I got a daily report. Y'all, I used to get a daily report. My daily reports used to be bad. Not focusing, being talkative, playing around. You know what I'm saying? I used to get in trouble. I used to get in trouble every day. Like when that teacher, I ain't gonna go too deep into but that teacher, I used to be like, you hate me, don't you? You know what I mean? I was looking at my mom like, you just hate me. Do you understand that I'm gonna get in trouble? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So every day that I was at my dad's house, every grade was good. Every day. It was not a day that my grades was bad. My mom was like, "Oh, so you couldn't do this when you was here?" You know that tells me that you can do it. You just choose to not do it. And I'm just like, man, I just like in the back of my head, I'm like, I just need my dad. You get what I'm saying? So around this time, this is where I first met my stepmom, right? And my stepsister and all that. So whole new environment, but I still had that feminine energy on me. You get what I'm saying? So my dad, I didn't eat eggs, right? My I didn't eat eggs. They was eating. So I had just came back from being with my cousin over the weekend. I'm gonna kind of make this a little short. I was with my cousin. We had a good time. I had McDonald's. I came back to my dad's house and took a nap. I wake up, they eating sausage, eggs, and I think waffles. I don't know, but I didn't eat eggs at the time, and I wasn't used to eating breakfast food during throughout the day. If it's not breakfast time, I'm not used to eating it. So it was a little off. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Dad, I don't eat eggs. He said, boy, you gonna eat them damn eggs. Hey, bro, Mike, I didn't want my mom and my grandma. That's the only ones I was around for a long time. That was the only family I had. You know what I'm saying? That was the only family I had. Boy, I threw a fit. I said, I don't want to be here. I'm going to go back home. My dad looked at me. He looked like he was about to whip my head. So I grabbed the phone. And boy, I was like, yeah, my dad, he up here trying to make me eggs and he threatened me. Oh, my grandma set it off. Ready, beat my dad up and down South Philly. You know, my dad looked at it, he said, you know what? You can go. They came and got me, they set it off, they didn't do nothing. I went home, boom. Fourth grade came, I think it was my graduation, my dad wound up pulling up, and me and him had a long conversation, and he kind of told me like, I apologize, for how I reacted with the age, man. I was like, I apologize for, going about it, but he set me straight like, man, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm your father, and ever since then, the rest was history. You know what I'm saying? My dad was in my life ever since. My mom realized that she needs my father. Through middle school, you know what I mean? I was getting good grades. You know what I mean? Got myself into a good high school because I had my father. And as I'm getting older, I'm learning what it means to be a man. He's teaching me lessons, teaching me how to have confidence about myself, teaching me how, how to move and operate in the world, how to be book smart and street smart. You get what I'm saying? So by the time I was in high school, I was 10 steps ahead of everybody. I was 10 steps ahead of everybody. I was teaching other people how to move and operate. You get what I'm saying? Because I had my father, I had my uncles. You get what I'm saying? Like, they was all giving me game. Hey, brother, I used to sit there. This is why I said, y'all niggas out here today, y'all not giving the game to these young boys. Y'all not giving them the game that they need. I remember being that young boy, soaking up all the games and sitting there. Barzal, they used to be drunk as hell. We used to all be playing. Remember Tekken and Madden? We used to be playing Tekken and Madden all night. They tore up to the floor up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting down there playing the game, and they just telling me, yeah, man, boom, boom. Now, of course, they giving me some game that I want to say is all the way lawful. You know what I'm saying? But it was trying to give me something that will push me in the right direction. Hey man, go to school, get good grades, you know what I mean? Focus on your future, things like that. Boom, boom, boom. You feel me? And throughout life, of course, a child is gonna have to make their own decisions. And I made a lot of bad decisions. But throughout life, I realized where I went wrong at. And eventually, I stumbled across the ISUPK, and that right there was like the point of my life where it shifted everything. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing the ISUPK camp van in my neighborhood, and I used to sit there. I'm like, what the hell is Israelite school? I used to see the star, and I was like, all right, it's a little different, right?
Shoot.
Yeah, the ship. Sorry, it's a lot. I'm going back in time on what I was thinking. I seen the shield of David on the van, and what the hell was that? And eventually, I'm working in the clubs and stuff like that, and I come across Captain Armani Shard, right? But we both in the world at the time. I don't really know him like that. He don't really know me like that. But we was working in the same club, and I knew who he was. He knew who I was. So by the time he came into the school, I'm looking at him like, what the hell you doing with these dudes? They at the ISUK, we outside and camp. Now at the time, I'm Muslim, I'm in school, I'm in college and stuff like that. What the hell are you doing down here with these brothers, man? He couldn't talk, so Captain Shapar, Captain Todd Ward started talking to him. And he started asking me, I'm asking him questions and stuff like that. And it just said, yo, man, take the fire, just come to class, just ask your questions. And I was like, dang, I live right down the block from here, right? No, I ain't lived right down the block at that time. I believe so, maybe I did. But I go and, I go to the class, and the rest was history, man. I questioned everything. I didn't just believe anything, but I questioned everything because in the back of my mind, I understood that I didn't want to join anything because I know if I do this, eventually my family is going to be involved with it. And I don't want to lead my family astray because I've been led astray plenty of times in my life. So I'm like, man, I don't want to make the wrong move. So I was hesitant, wasn't sure if I wanted to make the move. But the Most High showed me that, boy, you better change your life before I change it for you. And if you understand what I'm saying, I had to get in class and put on all black and get my Hebrew name. And I got my name, and the rest was history. Because what we got going on here is spiritual. What we have going on here is what the Most High wants us to do. We choose the old path because we can no longer continue to be the old person that we used to be. The old you was destructive. The old you can't manage a family. You can't raise up that family the way it's supposed to because you don't have the knowledge of the Most High. It doesn't matter what you try to make it to be. It don't matter. Oh, I know that I'm an Israelite and all that. Nah, it's one thing knowing you're an Israelite, it's another thing is serving the Most High. I know people that know they're Israelites. They don't come to Passover. You get what I'm saying? They don't come to class. The whole nine. You gotta be in the class. You gotta be present. If you really want to make a real change, make a real splash in life. And I'm trying to tell you, and to you sisters out there, man, understand that living that hot girl life, I don't know what y'all call it, living your best life, whatever you want to call it. What's that? We tell but we don't judge. What they say? We listen but we don't judge. That lifestyle is destroying you. This woman right now that's pushing 40 that don't got a man, that don't have a family of their own. What the hell? So you've been sucking rides for the longest and you don't have nothing to say for? You know what I'm saying? You like how many more first dates do you need until you realize enough is enough? When we was growing up, a woman that was 40, she had a man. When we looked at our grandmother, she had a man. We seen our grandfather, he had a woman. Brothers out here today is like, and sisters today is like, what the hell you got going on? You get what I'm saying? What the hell you got going on? In today's society, everybody wanted a ring. Everybody wants the ceremony, but they don't want the pain that comes with it. Like, for the love of me, I think everybody think that relationships is supposed to be what you see on social media. Your life is supposed to be a social media, Instagram reel. I be seeing people post. I be seeing people post on reels like, yeah, vibe, mood, and all that. All right, I hear you. Bitch, when the wind blow wrong, you gonna be ready to leave that man. When you unhappy, you don't want to leave that man. You gonna destroy that family. You are equipped to self-destruct. You can't tell me that in these days of times we don't need the Most High. If I could, sir, can I get Romans 12 and 2? You can't tell me that we don't need the Most High. We need the Most High now more than ever. Because what we going through as a people is devastating. Our people are strung out on drugs. Children going missing, women going missing. Native American women is going missing until this day. Going missing, and this white man that is preying on them. We all know who it is. We have Hispanics and Native Hispanics being hunted down by ICE. Day and night, they going to graduation, birthday parties. You know what I mean? Like, what type of coward can you be? And the sad part is, man, it is our own people hunting down our own people in ICE. I pray that the Lord allow the right politicians to get in office so that everyone that was in those ICE raids all get arrested. And I pray you go in the prison cell with the right brothers. You understand what I'm saying, brother? Go in there with the right brothers. You hate Hispanics so much, be locked up with them. You hate niggas so much, be locked up with them. I want to see how your life gonna be. So whatever time you gotta serve, don't go in protective custody. You're a badass. You put the mask on. You know how I don't know if you know, bro. ICE got little promotion videos and all of that. You ever seen their promo videos? I'll show you after the class. Wait, they badass, bro. Wait until, listen, some of them is getting arrested for beating on their wife, for trying to have sex with minors. Yeah, that's ICE for you. They said that the vetting process for ICE is not even anything. They just hiring federal employees to work for ICE and just go after our brothers and sisters in the Hispanic tribes. It's insane. But again, the Lord is going to deal with all of them, man. The Lord said he will avenge his elect. He's going to avenge it. Most High, man, he chose us to be a special people. We are God's chosen people. We just not anybody. We're somebody to the Most High. These other nations is nothing to the Most High. And us black people and Hispanic people and Native Americans, we always march and protest for justice, but we don't ever protest to the Lord for justice. We don't protest to the Lord, asking the Lord to give us justice. I'll never forget, during the pandemic, that sister, I think her son got unalived in Pittsburgh. I remember Jamie Foxx was at the press conference. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting the video. I remember it wasn't even really out there like that. And I remember the sister, I'm gonna post it again. I'm gonna do a reaction video. She was like, I don't want the God of the New Testament. I want the God of the Old Testament. I want the old justice. But Robert tell you like how it's out there. She took the money. And every time I think about our people that get unalived by these cops, that get mistreated, man, it damn near brings tears to my eyes because I can't even imagine what they feel. I remember being locked up having to see that gate closed behind me. White man really got power. That's when I realized God was real. And when those crazy ass Israelites were saying on 12th and Chestnut, I think 17th and Chestnut, they were saying something to me, man. They was trying to wake my dumb ass up. When I seen them on Southern Market, they were trying to wake my dumb ass up and tell me, man, that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And this is his kingdom. When I see that gate closed behind me, I said, yeah, I'm impressed. And it's a shame, man, what we go through. Sonia Massey, look at Sonia Massey, man. Sonia Massey was in her own house. She was in her own house. She had an affliction. She had an affliction. She wasn't all the way there. The one cop seen that she wasn't all the way there. She had an affliction, right? Something was wrong with her mentally. But the cop that unalived her, that had the aggression with her, he didn't give a damn. We had to see that get played out on camera. And then he tried to act like it wasn't even a real situation. Again, that sister in Pittsburgh, she said, I want the justice that the Old Testament God gave. That goes to tell you, all these pastors, when they be teaching you the Bible, they don't teach you the real.
Right.
Because she should understand that the God of the old is also the God of the new. And with the plan that God has for the world in the New Testament is the same as the old. It's just a whole different ballgame. The New Testament teaches you some things. And it teaches you about what's going to happen in the end times. This is why we're going to read the scripture right here. Whenever you have it, sir.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 18. Oh, slide. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world. Don't be conformed to this world. This world will destroy you. This world will have you believing in lies and foolishness.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
You gotta renew your mind. You can't think the same way. I don't think the same way. You can't think the same way. You want to make a change in your life? You want to make a change in other people's lives? You got to change yourself first. Because if you don't change yourself first, you're never going to achieve what the Most High wants you to achieve. Never. You'll be a hamster on the wheel. You'll be running in place, and you think you're going forward, but you ain't going nowhere. Most High wants you to be obedient. He wants you to understand that if you serve Him, that you will gain eternal life, meaning that you will inherit the kingdom of heaven. Either you get lifted up on the chariots, or if you pass away and the kingdom comes in the future, you're going to get it because you deserve it. If you do what the Most High tell you to do, you will see other nations be put to shame. You will see justice be served on earth. I don't understand how the Lord, we know that the Lord will flood the whole world. The Most High will send tons of plagues on the Egyptians. Will have, and many people don't know, the Most High will send us into certain countries to go unalive because they was our enemies. Why would the Most High want to avenge us? When you read the Bible, when you read all throughout the Bible, you will see the Lord saying, every dog gonna have his day. Just wait on it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Let's read the service. Trying to put us on.
That ye may prove what is that good. that ye may prove what is that good.
Yeah, you gotta prove what is good. You gotta prove what is good and what is bad. That's why we had these questions. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to change everything about you. Like when you pick up this Bible ain't no pick up your tambourine and shake it. It ain't none of that. And I know some people they might see my delivery tonight and they're like, why you talk like that? No, I'm rude in speech. I'm not rude in knowledge. I'm very true in knowledge. And my speech is me letting you know what it is. I'm being honest with you. I ain't holding back. The scripture says, spare not. Spare not. I'm not sparing your feelings. You need to stop being a hoe. You need to stop being a whole nigga. That's the label that we then gave ourselves today. We then gave ourselves the bottom of the bottom. I want to be able to say that you are a righteous brother, you are a righteous sister. That's what I want to be able to say, but the way how we moving out here, it's all pocket. It's despicable, man. We not even a good role model to these kids. These kids don't even have a village anymore. I remember growing up, the adults looked out for the kids. From the kids to the teenagers, looked out for us, right? Trying to say, hey, y'all, you know, I got this going on, boom. Hey, man, y'all, you know, correcting us when we need to be corrected. Like, these young kids don't even respect the elders no more. I remember we used to smoke, right? When I was a young boy, we used to smoke on the block. Granted, but we wouldn't do it in front of the adults. Nor, you know, will we disrespect them if they say, you know, put it out, whatever the case may be. Like, we still try to, like, have some respect for them, and we never tried to bring drama to the block. We never tried to bring drama to the block because we wanted to make sure that we show respect to the people that live in our block, especially the elders. Like, I remember my homeboy, you know, me Rouse again. I didn't know it. It was the summertime. I wasn't around. He didn't know it was my block. He didn't really know I hung out with the guys that was on my block. But some shots went off. He was the one that gave the shots. And he shot at my homeboys. And I'm like, yo. And I got back around the way. They're like, yo, man, your man's. I'm like, yo, we shot on the block. Because, you know, my mom, my little brother, you know what I mean? He never cared about what was block. They're like, your man's. I'm thinking they playing. Brothers, I'm thinking they playing. Like, what do you mean, my man? What are you talking about? And they said my man's name. I said, what? Hold up. I make a phone call. This dude was so crazy. He's like, yeah. He said, you know how dudes talk. You know? Nigga, I said, dog, you know this is my block, right? For real? Yeah, for real. What are you talking about? This is my block. You know you could have shot my mom, my little brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, any kids be playing out here? Like, dang, dog, my fault. I said, bro, y'all can't bring that joint around this joint, bro. Like, y'all beefing, I ain't really trying to get between that joint, but listen, y'all can't bring that on the block. Till this day, they don't know that. I'm the reason why dudes didn't come down that block and shoot it up. Till this day, they don't know that. I'm the reason why people didn't come on that block and shot it up. And I'm talking about the people that they had issues with some serious cats. Ain't shoot it up. You know what I'm saying? And it was all because of the respect that I had for the people in my neighborhood, especially the elders. Not just my mom and my little brother, but I couldn't fathom a child being hurt or just somebody in that block period, whoever it was, right? And I always wanted to make sure that the elderly was good. We had elders on our block. That same consideration ain't given nowadays. You know what I'm saying? That consideration is not given nowadays because parents is not installing into these kids the importance of our elders, the importance of, respecting adults, right? Having respect for other people. A lot of your kids are bullies. You know when your kid is a damn bully. You know your kid. If you see your kid as a bully, you need to check them. I won't allow my kids to bully. Can my kids be bullied? Yeah. They fight like hell. But they know to only fight when it's time to defend themselves. A lot of you don't teach your kid how to be nice to other people. You're not teaching them what it means to be in a relationship. You're not teaching them honor. You're not teaching them manners, dignity, how to have integrity. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of things that we missing in these families. But that's all I can go over tonight. I thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Again, make sure you choose the old path. When you choose the old path, the way how the Most High told you to operate, things will definitely go a lot more in your direction than you think. Don't fall for the snares of this world. Change your life. With that being said,